Om Shanti. In life, we have been taking support of many things. First and foremost, we take support from body. And yes, without body, the soul can't do anything. But one thing is taking help or cooperation, and another thing is dependency. And that's where we have to really check ourselves. Am I dependent on anyone or anything which creates attachment? No, when there is dependency, it creates attachment. So I have to see, am I attached to my body, bodily relations, old world, any of these things? Am I dependent on them? So when we are in trouble, who do I remember? Suppose the body is sick. Do I remember my friends and relations, or am I in Baba's remembrance? We have to check. Because sometimes rather than remembering Baba, we are thinking of when will my friend come and give me consolation, help, support, etc. So, as we start having faith, full faith in Baba, drama, and knowledge, then what will happen? We will be taking more and more support from Baba. Because question arises, suppose I am sick, wouldn't I remember my friends or relatives or doctor? If not friends, relatives, we remember doctor. If not doctor, we think about medicine, rest, food, etc. So is any of these material things pulling my intellect? I have to check. Because one thing is, yes, without food we can't survive, without medicine in sickness we may not survive, without doctor we will not get medicine. All these things are there. But is my intellect pulled by them? Because if my intellect is being pulled, it means I am not really taking support from Baba. Now, the situations nowadays are not always in favor of us, isn't it? Something or other goes wrong. Then, do I have any question? What will happen? When it will happen? How will it be happening? Etc. What will happen to me? How everything will go along? If any of such questions are there in my mind, it means I am not in Baba's remembrance. Or I am not having that full faith that yes, drama is beneficial, whatever is going to happen will be okay. Because if I have faith, then naturally I will have that understanding that everything that's going to happen will be fine. So that's what I had to see, that I had to develop that full faith in Baba and drama. Because if there is no faith in Baba and drama, then naturally we are taking support of other human beings, depending on them. Because one thing is cooperation. You need to cooperate with Lokik, Alaukik, and work together to have harmonious life, smooth life, obstacle-free life. But on other hand, what happens is we are not keeping Baba in between me and other human being. Now suppose we are students, so naturally teacher has to read the Murli. And we look for teacher to come to class and read Murli. But if I have that between me and that human being, Baba, and have this awareness, this is Baba's instrument, Baba's child. And our relationship is because of Baba, isn't it? So as I make Baba as my first support, we know that Baba is almighty. And whatever we want, our desire will be fulfilled by only one Baba, isn't it? Others can help to the limited extent, no doubt. But they are not always reliable. Other human beings are not always reliable. Sometimes yes, but not always. And that's what I had to keep in my mind, that human beings will help me, no doubt. And I need to keep good relationship with them, but not depend on them and not forget Baba. Because many times, if we are in need, we are thinking about our friend. Oh, let me ring my friend and ask whether the friend can help me or not. But that's where we have to see that first I should remember Baba and try to receive the help from Baba. So as much as we deepen our relationship with Baba, start receiving everything from Baba, we'll find that we are able to get cooperation of other human beings, because we need to get cooperation from other human beings, no doubt. Because we are in this world, we do need human beings around, we do need material things around. Because some of the countries where public transport is not good, they will need their own car or motorbike or push bike or something to take them around quickly to their spot. But am I dependent on those vehicles? If one day the vehicle is not there, am I worried what will happen? Because I remember once upon a time in New Zealand, because of petrol shortage and all, what they had the system is one number car will not be on the road on that day. So Monday this number, Tuesday this number, Wednesday this number. So they had that rule. So when there was their car's turn not to be out, they will say, oh, no car today, what am I going to do? And some of them were very smart, they had two cars, one with a different number, so that no odd or even or something, so that the day when this car not be used, they can use the other car. So, so that's what happens. No? Sometimes we are so much dependent on material things that one day if we don't have it, we are worried. And the intellect is full, what am I going to do, what am I going to do, etc. How am I going to carry on without it? So, so we have to see that we do take help and cooperation of material things, human beings, but our intellect should not be pulled. So as much as we are having the faith in Baba, what we will find is Baba will automatically help us. And Baba's support is really unlimited. In Bhakti also Baba tells many times the story, in Murlis also this story comes, that there was a Pandit, a lecturer, who gave lecture in his satsang, and he said, if you have faith in Ram, you chant name of Ram and you can cross the river without using, relying on boat or ship or something. So Bhagat, one of the Bhagat had good faith in whatever this lecturer was saying. So what he started is every day he had to cross the river and he will chant the name of Ram and cross the river. So one day he invited his guru, come let us go to my place. So when they came to the bank of the river, the guru said, where is the boat? How are we going to cross the river? And he says, okay, I'm crossing every day river with chanting the name of Ram, as you had mentioned in your lecture. So why you are thinking about how we are going to cross the river? So that's how sometimes when there is that faith, you find even the story in Bhagavad about Krishna, when Krishna was born and the father had to take away the child from jail and cross the river. Just God helped him to cross that river and he could go to his destination across the other bank of the river. So impossible becomes possible with that faith. And most of the Brahmins have also experienced that friends and relatives who were totally against Brahma Kumaris and wouldn't allow the member to attend the classes. But when this person who had faith, then all the bondages were broken and the person can carry on with Gyan, Brahman life, etc. And most of you must have that experience. How many people have seen how Baba helps them in a difficult time? Will you raise your hand? See, quite a few of you. More than 70% have experienced how Baba makes impossible possible. How Baba touches the intellect of our friends and relatives, and whatever they were totally against, with Baba's help, they are able to experience it. So that's how we find that Baba has been helping a lot in Brahman's life. So more we have faith, more we get support. Sometimes, in the Western world, we are used to think, I can do. I don't need anybody's help. So they are so much independent that they say, why should I trouble anybody? I should be able to do it. Let me do it myself. So in that way, they don't even try to take the help from Baba. Because that sanskars are then, I should be able to do it. Why should I take anybody's help? So they struggle hard to achieve the goal. But they don't take even Baba's help. And it's like, if you think, okay, I can do, I must do, and not take help from Baba, then naturally Baba also steps aside. And that's where we had to be careful and leave up to Baba, not to worry. Because if you are worrying, it means you don't have that full faith that Baba's direction. Because when Baba gives us direction, at the same time what he does is, he gives power. And so in many people's life there are some bondages. Bondages do come. Many people's life, bondages come. But amongst those bondages, if we are able to take help from Baba, then naturally we will find that we are receiving help from Baba. And everything goes smoothly. Obstacles come, defamation, all sorts of things we will have to face in our life. It's Kali Yuga. You can't expect everything to go smoothly, isn't it? In Kali Yuga, you can't expect things to go smoothly. So there may be some obstacles, there may be situation, financial problem, relationship problem. Everything may come in our way. It's not that because we know Baba and we belong to Baba, everything will go smooth. To think that is our mistake, not enough wisdom. Because as we know, this is the last period of the drama. And at this time, anything and everything may go wrong. Nature may not help us. The body may create some problems, obstacles, and financial problem, health problem. All sorts of problems will come, no doubt. But at that time, when the problems come, what I need to do is keep my line of intellect clear to understand what Baba wants me to do in this situation. So if I have this awareness, what Baba will do and how I can receive help from Baba, then naturally Baba will help us. And not allow too many thoughts in our mind, what, why, how, when, etc. And once we have that faith in Baba, drama, and we are relying completely on Baba, we'll find how much Baba can help. To tell you few incidents, there was one sister in Mumbai. I'm talking of late 50s, early 60s. Now this sister didn't know Hindi. And because Baba's murlis are all in Hindi, and she didn't know proper Hindi, so she was thinking now how to go about. She used to go in trance, and so that in those days there were no adult education classes, or nobody will teach you Hindi unless there are some Brahmins or something, no Hindi tuition classes or something, and she couldn't read it. So she had that real faith and real determination that I want to learn it from Baba only. So every day when she used to go in trance, she just used to tell Baba, okay, you have to teach me. And Baba taught her Hindi during trance, no? All alphabet. So she started reading Hindi Murli. So that extent Baba can help us. If we have that real faith, Baba can help us to that extent. So, because many mothers had bondage. Right from beginning we see, many people had bondage early days. There were more bondage from friends and relatives. And those sisters who had bondage, they were, to that extent there was bondage that their houses were locked from outside. They wanted to go for Murli in the morning, but uncle and parents didn't want them to go to Murli, so what they used to do is lock the house from outside. So 7 doors and 7 locks in their house. So they couldn't go for Murli. But they had such pure desire to get Murli. And other BK sisters, they used to go and drop Murli, sometimes from chimney, sometimes from windows, sometimes they used to go as a vendor selling vegetable, and in the basket of vegetable they will have Murli and slip the Murli to this BK sister in bondage. So same sister's uncle, who was creating such bondage. It took him a long time, but after they came to Bombay, Brahmins come to Bombay in 1950s, 60s. So they saw how their life has become elevated. First they thought it's only Sindhis who are crazy and following Brahma Baba. But when they started service in Bombay, all Gujaratis and Marathis and Christians and all started coming to class. And the number of Brahmins was so large. So when the uncle saw that, oh, these people are increasing in number and followers are from all different states and different types of people, they started having respect for this sister. And Brahma Kumari's sister or their niece, whereas their own daughters and granddaughters who followed the usual life of getting married and all sorts of things, and they had trouble in their marriage life. The husband was alcoholic, they had divorce and lots of problems. So when he saw the contrast between Jnani niece and Ajnani daughter and granddaughters and all, they said, oh, you have done a good thing, you didn't get married. And you are now so happy, whereas my Ajnani daughter is so unhappy. It takes some time for them to realize how much Baba is helping us. Because what people need is happiness. And whatever we receive from Baba, peace, happiness, health, etc. So we may not have lots of money. We may not have flashy car and big houses and all material possession. But Baba has given us inner happiness, inner peace. And with Baba's strength, we are able to have loving relationship with our friends and family. And though many people think that Brahma Kumaris are breaking families, they have that concept that Brahma Kumaris means wife will leave husband, and husband and children will be left alone. So that old concept of Brahma Kumaris, especially in the mind of Sindhis, was still there. But now with Baba's help, we are able to see how many broken families have united. Some of the husbands and wife who were all the time quarreling and separating and getting together, now with Baba's help, they are living together. So the contrast is easily seen by everybody, that how Baba is helping us. So even now we have to see, because sometimes our happiness is also based on material mundane things. So though we are in Jnana, we know Ajnanis, they rely on all material things for their happiness. If they have money, they think they will be happy. If they have got nice house, they think they are in heaven. If they have got all comforts, cars and everything, material things, they think, okay, we are happy. So their happiness is based on material things. And as soon as that material things become old-fashioned or not working properly, then their happiness disappears. Whilst we had to see now, even in a Brahman life, am I still relying on those material things? That if I don't have that, I feel unhappy, or if I see somebody else as better than what I have, do I have jealousy? Because that sanskar of comparison, competition is maybe still there. And so I may be unhappy because I don't have something that other people have. Or some of the people, even Brahmins, no, they rely totally on service. If they get chance to do service, they are happy. If they don't get chance to do service, they are unhappy, and they say, oh, nobody gives me chance to do the service, only that person is getting chance. I'm not getting chance. I'm not given gaddi to lead meditation. I'm not given English class. I'm not given courses. So sometimes the Brahmins also rely on service. And that's where I had to really check myself and see that am I relying on those for my peace or happiness? Or am I relying on Baba? Because if I'm relying on Baba, Baba's meditation will give me so much supersensuous bliss, happiness, that I wouldn't be chasing material comfort, material means to make me happy. So that's how we had to see that my support should be love of Baba. And I should not be chasing any human being to receive love. If I am relying on, whether it's a pure love of parents or children or friends, still, if I am dependent on them for their love, even subtle things, if I am dependent on them for receiving love from them, and I feel, oh, they don't love me. Or sometimes even Brahmins also say, oh, Dadi doesn't smile to us, Dadi doesn't talk to us, she will talk to only these people. So it means I'm not really relying on the love of Baba. I want human being to love, to be appreciated, to be helped. And without that, I feel, oh, what is this? I left my Lokik family, and now this alokik family is also not doing anything for me. So as soon as this thought comes, I had to really check myself that how much I am relying on Baba and how much I am relying on human being. So as much as I am able to take support from Baba and have full faith in Baba, I should have that faith that Baba is there for me, Baba will help me, and everything will go according to drama, or everything will go properly. So as I start thinking of that and receiving everything from Baba, so main thing, I need to have deep faith in Baba. I go to Baba for my help and take help from Baba. And also I had to see that I deepen my relationship with Baba. Because deeper my relationship with Baba, I'll receive all, not only knowledge and powers, but all help. I'll feel being loved, being protected, and I have many incidences in which Baba's children remain protected. To give example, when there was tsunami, as you know, there were more than 7 countries affected and hundreds of thousands people died. Amongst all these people, not a single Brahmin died. Because it was in Chennai. The tsunami's effect was in Chennai, in Sri Lanka. Many towns were affected. Many people died. And not a single Brahmin died, and only 1 or 2 people had damage to their house. And the Colombo Center is only 4 or 5 meters away from sea. You can sit in the classroom and see the sea around. Even there also, though ground floor we had water up till 1.5 feet, little bit damage to some of the machines, but not more. In the streets, the cars were thrown away from there where they were parked. But Baba's children, Baba's house was safe. So there has been many earthquakes and tsunamis and aircraft damage and everything. But Baba's children were protected. Remember, sometimes, and even in tsunami, what happened was Brian was in Phuket and they had gone for scuba diving. Now, his friends were all in Phuket diving, scuba diving. And somehow he had engagement in Bangkok. Christmas party was there. So he didn't go for scuba diving. So he remained safe. His old friends who had gone for scuba diving died. So many incidences of when Baba's children are there, they remain really safe. So what we have to do is have that real faith that Baba will help me and take support. And whatever happens will be beneficial. So, and as we know, when Baba is our everything, so if we have that established that relationship with Baba, that you are my mother, father, and everything, then you'll find how naturally you receive that help from Baba. So it's a subtle observation. I have to observe myself and see how much I am relying or depending on human beings, material things, and how much my intellect is pulled by them, and how much I am internally happy because I belong to Baba, and Baba is there for me to provide me whatever I need. So my faith, will bring that help from Baba. And once I have that faith, then naturally everything will go smoothly. So, so knowledge is one thing, understanding is one thing, but then having that faith in our practical life will help us to take support from one Baba only. As I said, cooperation is needed. Material things are needed. And we take their help, but not be dependent on them. And this is a sort of our own subtle checking as how much with Baba's knowledge, Baba's system. Because if we are following Baba's discipline, system, etc., then success is definitely going to be there. And then we'll find that even though there may be situations, problems, no doubt, we will have to face difficulties in this Kali Yugi society, but I should not be affected by that and have the faith that ultimately I'll be victorious. I am following the path of truth. I have Baba as my support, and everything will be going smoothly. So that way we'll find that we are able to really carry on our life without questioning. Because if there is faith, there are no questions, no doubts. So one thing is that I have to see, I should not doubt in Baba's anything, whether Baba's knowledge, Baba's system, Baba's direction. No, sometimes some people say, oh, Baba says like that, but I don't think it's possible for me. It's difficult for me. Then naturally it becomes difficult. So that's what I have to see. Okay, so